A very pleasant good afternoon, ladies and gentlemen, and welcome to Trinity Ball Yard on the campus of Trinity Baptist College for exciting NCCAA South Region Baseball. This is a South Region matchup between the Eagles of the University of Fort Lauderdale and the Eagles of Trinity Baptist College. We'd like to ask everyone to please stand for a word of prayer. Lord Father, we thank you as always for the talents you bestowed upon these young men, Lord. We ask that you keep everyone free and safe from all harm or injury. Bless the Eagles as they travel home this evening and tomorrow. And Father, number one above all, especially as we head into Easter season, that we remember the birth, the death, and the resurrection of our Lord and Savior. In Jesus' name we pray. Amen. Introducing the starting lineup for the University of Fort Lauderdale. Leading off, playing shortstop, number 14, Eric Scott. Batting second, playing second base, number 2, Aderlin Kubaletti. Batting third in right field, number 31, Ryan Reifenberg. The cleanup hitter is playing third base, number 0, Chris Martin. Batting fifth at first base, number 19, J.D. Tibbs. Batting sixth, the designated hitter, number 77, Jordan Palacios. Batting seventh behind the plate, number 5, Joseph DiMasse. Batting eighth in left field, number 20, Dylan Mikowski. Batting ninth, playing center field, number 6, Gabriel Manuel. And pitching for Fort Lauderdale, number 10, Gabriel Sostrom. The Fort Lauderdale Eagles are led by head coach Billy Glessner. And now the starting lineup for your home team, Trinity Baptist College Eagles. Leading off, doing the catching, number 14, Ryan Ongst. Batting second, playing right field, number 33, Dominic Gattinella. Batting third, playing first base, number 34, David Hickey. Batting cleanup at third base, number 13, Colin Sepulveda. Batting fifth, the designated hitter, number 2, Jordan Fernandez. Batting sixth in left field, number 10, Parker Laffrey. Batting seventh at shortstop, number 4, Nate Naguris. Batting eighth, playing second base, number 41, Seth Reeves. And batting ninth in center field, number 11, Jacob Burke. Pitching for the TBC Eagles, number 18, Michael Cardenas. And the TBC Eagles are led by interim head coach Jordan Broden. At this time, would you please remain standing, remove your caps as we honor America with the playing of our national anthem. And welcome, ladies and gentlemen, to the west side of Jacksonville, Florida, the campus of Trinity Baptist College, a battle of the Eagles, the University of Fort Lauderdale, the visiting team, and the home team, Trinity Baptist College. TBC comes in with a record of 7-13, having won 3 in a row and 3 out of 4 at the Russ Matt Invitational last weekend down in Auburndale. And Michael Cardenas, who was on the mound, was the winner of Friday night's 10-0 shutout of Cornerstone University from Grand Rapids, Michigan. Coach John Copeland unable to be with us once again this afternoon, so Jordan Broaden is at the helm for Trinity Baptist. He's assisted by Sammy Coffrin and Stephen Smith. Trinity Baptist is 1-2 in South Region competition. Fort Lauderdale is having a fantastic season, and that is actually an understatement. The Fort Lauderdale Eagles are 24-3 on the season, 2-1 in NCCAA South Region competition. Last year's South Region champions, and they won 2 games in the national championship tournament as well. I believe they made it to the semifinals, if I'm remembering correctly. They're led by head coach Billy Glessner, who is also the softball head coach. The associate head coach of Fort Lauderdale is Mr. Joe Adair, and the assistant coach is Justin Malden, with 2 graduate assistants, Luis Ezra and David Ernst. I'm Ray Bureau, and you're watching TBC Eagles baseball on the TBC Eagles Sports Network. Eric Scott, Aderlin Kubaletti, and Ryan Reifenberg are the first 3 Fort Lauderdale players to bat. Chris Martin, J.D. Tibbs, and Jordan Palacios, the middle third of the batting order. Joseph DeMasi, Dylan Mikowski, and Gabriel Mangual round out the batting order. Michael Cardenas is 1-1 with a 1.64 ERA. Missed the beginning of the season due to injury, but he's done a really nice job since returning. 11 total innings pitched, and the first pitch of today's doubleheader is a fastball that misses upstairs. Cardenas has allowed just 2 runs, both earned, 11 hits. He has walked 3, and he has struck out 18. 1 ball, no strikes, and a breaking ball. And that one broke a little too late. That is ball 2. So 2 balls, no strikes. Cardenas, sophomore from right here in Jacksonville. Fastball. Not sure where that one missed, but it's called ball 3. Eric Scott at the plate to lead things off for the University of Fort Lauderdale, hitting .462, and he takes a 4-pitch walk to start the ball game. Definitely not the way Cardenas wanted to begin things. That is only his 3rd walk issued so far in 11 innings pitched. And now batting is Aderlin Kubaletti, whom we've seen on this field a number of times, including last year's South Region tournament. He's at .288, no homers, but 23 runs driven in. Has a runner at first with very good speed, and Eric Scott, another man that we've seen many times, as a breaking ball misses, and Cardenas has missed the strike zone with each of his first 5 pitches. Eric Scott, 33 for 33 in stolen base attempts, and that is getting it done on the base paths, and that's the reason Cardenas just threw over to first base. 1 ball, no strikes. Scott with a very good lead off first base. Slide step from Cardenas, and that one misses for ball 2. So Cardenas missing with his first 6 pitches. Scott, another half step on the lead. Cardenas had him going back, and that's the first strike that he has thrown. Fastball, I believe Kubaletti was taking that one no matter what. And it's 2 balls and a strike. Scott not phased with the lefty on the mound, and Cardenas throws over, and David Hickey makes a catch on a low throw. Hickey's at first, Seth Reeves at second, Nate Naguris at short, and Colin Sepulveda is playing third. Runners going, the throw will go to first. Hickey will throw to second, and Scott is in there with a stolen base. Scott got a great jump, and with his speed, Hickey did all he could, made a very good throw, but Scott just a little too quick, and he is now perfect in 34 stolen base attempts. And Kubaletti a chance to drive in the game's first run. He has 23 RBIs. 2 balls and a strike, and a breaking ball gets the outer half of the plate to even the count at 2-2. Kubaletti also has 3 doubles and a triple. High fly ball, left center field, and a catch will be made out there by Jacob Burke, who is playing center. Scott, meanwhile, tags and advances to third, so he's in scoring position with 1 out. Kubaletti got under that one just a bit. That allowed Burke to get underneath it and make the catch. Dominic Gattinella is in right, and Parker Laffrey is in left with Ryan Ongst behind the plate. Ryan Reifenberg now at the plate with the runner at third. And only 1 man out. He's at 300 on the season. He has driven in 19. Cardenas with the breaking ball, misses inside. A leadoff walk, a stolen base, and then a fly ball caught in left center. And Scott tagged and took third. That's your inning summaries. The ball game is just underway. Cardenas delivers and misses low and inside with another breaking ball. Eagles are playing back. They will concede the run to get the out. Hickey is even with the bag at first. And another breaking ball misses high. That's ball 3. Cardenas is working very quickly. I don't think he was very happy with that last call, but it's 3 balls, no strikes. Scott the lead off third. And a strike taken all the way, a fastball at the knees for Reifenberg. Ryan Reifenberg, redshirt junior from Rochester, Michigan. 3 balls and a strike. And a swing and a foul straight back. Eric Scott at third base. He's a junior from St. Petersburg. Has a home run to his credit, but right now he'll be happy to just touch home plate. 3-2, popped up and out of play right by the light tower. Count remains 3-2. Reifenberger has a fantastic OPS of 842. He has 31 total bases. 3 balls, 2 strikes, and a pitch. There's a ground ball towards third. Sepulveda can't come up with it. That'll be an error on the TBC third baseman. An RBI credited to Reifenberg, and Fort Lauderdale leads 1-0. No way would they have had Scott, but the chance to get the second out and keep the bases empty, that goes astray. Chris Martin at the plate, the cleanup hitter. He is the Fort Lauderdale third baseman. Sitting .394, 1 homer, 13 runs driven in. Has a runner at first, 1 man out. And the pitch is upstairs on the fastball. Reifenberger, terrific, 9 out of 10 in stolen base attempts. Fort Lauderdale is 100 for 108 on the season, as this one misses outside. They have not only a lot of speed, but a lot of know-how in stealing bases. Takes more than just speed. You have to pick good pitches to run on. 2 balls, no strikes. Cardenas misses upstairs again, and he's having a lot of trouble finding the strike zone in the first inning. Leadoff walk has already come in to score. Throw over to first, a close play. If that ball had been on the other side of the bag, would have had a good chance to get the runner. No strikes. 3 balls, make that 4 balls, and runners are at first and second with only 1 out. Second walk of the inning issued by Cardenas, and timeout. As Coach Stephen Smith heads out to the mound to talk with his young left-hander. First of 2 this afternoon between Trinity Baptist and Fort Lauderdale, and tomorrow Trinity Baptist is on the home field once again to take on newcomer Millennia Atlantic University, their first season ever of college baseball. The Fort Lauderdale JV team has played Millennium Atlantic a number of times already. The varsity team got a win over Millennia not too long ago. 2 on, 1 out, 1 run is in. At the plate is J.D. Tibbs. He's hitting .365. He's homered 4 times and driven in 27. Cardenas' first pitch, good swing, but he fouled off the breaking ball. Third year of baseball for the University of Fort Lauderdale. They've already been to the national championship tournament twice, and only 2 possibilities. Balls and a strike, and strike 2, the fastball right at the knees. With 1 out, infield playing back, looking to turn 2 and get out of this inning with just the 1 run. 2-strike pitch, and this one misses. Tibbs with a little hop. Ball is outside, may have just lost its balance. A ball and 2 strikes. Reeves trying to keep the runner close at second. 1-2 on the way, and this one misses outside. Count runs even at 2-2. Cardenas, the left-hander, checks the runner and delivers and misses low and outside, and the count is full. He got the first 2 strikes and then missed with 3 straight. 1-0 Fort Lauderdale. Still batting in the top of the first. 3 balls, 2 strikes, runners not going. There's a chopper towards third. Sepulveda has only 1 play to throw to first. Pulls Hickey off the bag. And everybody is safe. That'll be another error on Sepulveda. That loads up the bases, putting Reifenberg at third, Martin at second, and Tibbs at first for the DH, Jordan Palacios. Sepulveda now playing even with the bag, with Palacios hitting .395, 15 RBIs, and a first pitch curveball in there for a strike. Jordan Palacios, a big man in the batter's box, a junior from Pembroke Pines, Florida, 6'3", 300 pounds. Swings and misses. And Cardenas ahead, 0-2. Couple of missed opportunities for the Eagles defense to get a couple of outs. Now Cardenas in a jam. Gets a chopper towards short, could be 2. Naguris to Seth Reeves for 1. Throw to first in time, double play. 6-4-3 on the DP, getting Cardenas and TBC out of a very, very difficult situation. 1 run for the Fort Lauderdale Eagles. No hits, 2 walks and 2 errors, and 2 men left after a half inning of play. 1-0 Fort Lauderdale. Fort Lauderdale was primed for a very big inning. They got 1 run, and a double play ground ball allowed TBC to get out of a big jam and come to the bat for the first time. Ryan Ongst will lead it off, followed by Dominic Gattinella and David Hickey. The middle third of the batting order is Colin Sepulveda, Jordan Fernandez, and Parker Laffrey. And the bottom third is Nate Naguris, Seth Reeves, and Jacob Burke. They will face Gabriel Sostrom. For Fort Lauderdale, the left-hander has 3 wins, no losses on the season, with a 3.58 earned run average. He has pitched 27 2/3 innings. He's allowed 21 hits, 13 runs, 11 of them earned. He has walked 8 and he has struck out 35. So Gabriel Sostrom, a junior from Miami, went to high school at Reinhardt University in Georgia. This is his 8th appearance overall. And the defense behind Sostrom at third base is Chris Martin, the shortstop Eric Scott. Aderlin Kubaletti is playing second with J.D. Tibbs at first. Around the outfield, Dylan Mikowski in left, Gabriel Mangual in center, and Ryan Reifenberg in right with Joseph DeMasi behind the plate. Ryan Ongst will lead things off. He'll step into the box in just a moment. Again, Fort Lauderdale 24-3 on the season. Winners of their last 11 straight contests. So Ryan Ongst will start the ball game lefty on lefty. Ongst, one of our 2 seniors, comes in at 290, no homers, 9 runs driven in. And Gabriel Sostrom gets ready to make his first pitch. Fort Lauderdale defense playing back. Ongst usually hits the ball right on the button. Makes good contact. And the first pitch is a fastball taken a little bit low. Sostrom exclusively from the stretch. His longest outing so far has been 7 innings. 1 ball, no strikes. And a pitch on the way is a fastball that misses a little bit high and outside. Eagles in those beautiful home whites. Fort Lauderdale in the blacks with the gold trim. 2 balls, no strikes. And Sostrom winds and delivers and misses. No, he got the call. Ongst disagreed. That pitch looked low from up here on top of the third base dugout. But it's 2 balls and a strike. Absolutely gorgeous Tuesday afternoon here in Jacksonville. The 2-1. Fastball outside. That's ball 3. We have about 60 degrees. It's bright and sunny with bright blue skies overhead. The wind blowing in from right field at about 7 miles per hour. 3 balls and a strike. Sostrom delivers and gets the call in the outside corner. No argument from Ongst, and the count is full. According to the forecast, we should be in the high 40s by the time we're done with game 2 tonight. No rain in the forecast. We had some of that here yesterday. Payoff pitch. There's a ground ball towards short, right at Scott. He will throw to first. A low throw, but in time. These Fort Lauderdale Eagles, they can pick it and they can throw it. They make very few mistakes in the field. You have to play good defense to win 24 out of 27 games. They also hit well and they can pitch. Remember, in the South Region tournament last year, in 3 games, they used exactly 3 pitchers. 3 complete game victories. Dominic Gattinella at the plate. TBC right fielder. Hitting .226, he's driven in 4. And a first pitch fastball right at the top of the zone for a strike. No balls and a strike, bottom of the first. Fort Lauderdale leads 1-0, as you see on the screen. And Gattinello takes a good swing, but fouls this one off. Marilyn Gordon, our official stats keeper, once again this afternoon. Of course, many of our students went home for spring break, and they'll be back here next week. No balls, 2 strikes. 1 out, base is empty, and Sostrom with the pitch, and a fastball is high. Has some pretty good velocity. TBC swung the bats very well last weekend in Auburndale. Also got an 11-inning win as part of the 3 out of 4. That's a breaking ball low and inside. They had a 10-0 win. And they also came from behind. They were down 6-1 in the 7th inning and ended up winning that game 7-6. I believe that was against Aquinas. High fly ball towards right, should be caught. Reifenberg camps under it and makes the catch. 2 outs with the bases empty for first baseman David Hickey. Comes in hitting a very nice .344, 1 homer, 8 runs driven in. He's also drawn 9 walks. 2 outs, bases empty. Strostrom pitching to contact. He's gotten a ground ball and a flyout. Strostrom, though, will strike out hitters. 35 in 27 2/3 innings coming in. Gets the top of the zone for the strike. Hickey nods his head in agreement. 0-1. David Hickey at the plate. They're giving him some room the other way. He looked like he was trying to plug the gap in right center and swung on and missed. So 0-2. If Hickey reaches, Colin Sepulveda would bat next. No balls, 2 strikes. Long look by Strostrom. And a 2-strike delivery, a breaking ball. Hickey was able to, no, he didn't. I thought he fouled it off, but it got away from the catcher, and the throw to first is not in time. So good hustle by David Hickey. It goes as a strikeout and a wild pitch. I thought that Hickey had made some contact and fouled it off, but he hustled, and he's aboard for Colin Sepulveda. Actually, that's going to go down as a passed ball on the catcher. Got another look at that. Fortunately, with the YouTube video about 30 seconds behind, we're able to take another peek at it. So it'll be a passed ball. Colin Sepulveda, the next batter. He is batting .286, 1 run driven in. And takes a strike on the first pitch. No balls and a strike. Sepulveda has a lot of room down that right field line. Tried to go that way, and he fouled it off. 0-2. 2 outs with the runner at first. Strostrom gets another ball. Gets back on top of this very high pitcher's mound. This is the highest mound I've ever seen live. Trinity Christian Academy also plays here. They got a big win against one of their biggest rivals of all, Providence, last night. 0-2. Hickey leads off first. Strostrom delivers, and that one is fouled out of play. Conquerors are the number 9 team in the entire state of Florida, regardless of class. They also have a win over Georgia's number 5 team. So the TCA Conquerors, they can play some ball. 2-strike pitch, and that one is upstairs, and the count is 1-2. Ball and 2 strikes. Colin Sepulveda trying to keep the inning alive. Jordan Fernandez is on deck. Hickey at the first base. The 1-2. And Sepulveda chased one downstairs. And fortunately for him, the ball went foul. Little cue shot. Count remains 1-2. Wind has completely died down at the moment. When it's blowing in, not all that hard. A ball and 2 strikes. Strostrom takes a long look and delivers. Breaking ball, and that one hits Sepulveda on the ankle. Couple of breaks for TBC. A pass ball on a strikeout, and now a hit batsman. And if Fernandez can cash this one in, the TBC Eagles could tie the score. Fernandez had a 3-run triple in the top of the 11th against Rochester last weekend. Then TBC got an extra run and won that game by 4 in 11 innings. First pitch, swing and a miss. No balls and a strike. Hickey is at second, Sepulveda at first. And Sepulveda will get a nice lead. Tibbs not holding him on. Nobody holding Hickey close either at second. And a fastball is upstairs. Parker Laffrey on deck, looking for an opportunity with some runners on base, but there are 2 outs. A ball and a strike. Sostrom checks the runners and delivers and gets a fastball by the hitter. Count now 1-2. And Fernandez now looking to shorten up and just poke one into a hole. With 2 outs, of course, runners will be off right on contact. Here's the 1-2. And a tapper foul toward the Fort Lauderdale dugout. And we're going to have to charge somebody with an error over there for not making the play. Little collision as both coaches tried to catch the ball. It's going to have to be a team error because they both got hands on it. Ball and 2 strikes. Fernandez digs in. The pitch. Takes it up and away to even the count. And if ball 3 were to happen, then both runners would get a very nice head start. Fernandez hitting .278. He's driven in 9. Looking to make it 10. Here comes the 2-2. Line drive, but foul and out of play. Fernandez made contact. 2 balls, 2 strikes. Nothing else. TBC is making Sostrom work in the first inning. Down to 2-2. And the pitch. Breaking ball misses upstairs, and now both runners will get that head start. Hickey off second, Sepulveda off first. Fielders are worried about the batter, so they're going to let both base runners take a few extra steps. Here comes a payoff pitch. There go the runners. And a foul ball. Again, making Sostrom throw some pitches in this first inning. He has already thrown 27 pitches. Three balls, 2 strikes, 2 outs. Trinity Baptist trying to at least tie it up. It's 1-0. Another payoff pitch. There's a ground ball towards second, but Kubaletti is right there to make the play. Ball hit fairly sharply, not overly hard, but directly at Aderlin Kubaletti, and TBC comes away empty. They get 2 base runners after 2 are out, but do not score. And after 1, it's 1-0 Fort Lauderdale. Michael Cardenas had some trouble finding the zone in the first inning. He allowed a run on a couple of walks. Got a bases-loaded ground ball turned into an inning-ending double play. And that's your summary so far as Joseph DeMasi will get ready to lead off the top of the second. First pitch grounded towards short. Naguris near the bag. Throw to first in time. Good, strong throw right on the line by the Trinity Baptist shortstop. One pitch, one out. Much better start to the inning here in the second. Massey didn't even give us a chance to let you know he's batting .545 entering play today. This is Dylan Mikowski taking the first pitch for a strike. And Mikowski just added to the lineup this morning as a breaking ball misses low. Ball and a strike. I do not have any numbers on Mikowski. He chops one towards second. Reeves will make the play in time. So Mikowski is out number 2. Want to wish all the best to Yanquiel Gonzalez, who is injured for the University of Fort Lauderdale. He's been a terrific player for them for 2+ seasons. Unable to make the trip to Jacksonville today, however. Gabriel Mangual at the plate. 2 outs, bases empty. And Cardenas' first pitch is outside. Mangual hitting .286, no homers, 16 runs batted in. 1 ball, no strikes. A breaking ball is lifted into left field and a looping line drive base hit for the number 9 hitter. All he did was put the bat on the ball, made some contact, and got himself a knock. Eric Scott walked, stole a base, and scored in the first inning. That's been it so far for either team. And Gual on the base pass, 9 out of 10 in stolen bases. Cardenas with the first pitch and a strike. Cardenas has a very good move. He's picked off some men in his 1+ seasons here at TBC. 0-1. Mangual leading off, and the pitch called a strike right at the knees. Scott drew a 4-pitch walk to start the ball game. Now he's down 0-2. Runners going, swung on and fouled straight back. Onks came up ready to shoot towards second. Mangual got a really good jump. And again, he's 9 for 10. And Fort Lauderdale, now with the 1 steal in the first inning, 101 for 109 on the season. 2-strike pitch, ground ball in grab. No, I thought Seth Reeves had made the play, but it got under his glove. And that's a base hit. Couple of soft hit balls finding holes, and Fort Lauderdale in business, but there are 2 outs. It looked for a moment like Reeves had made the play. He popped up as if to make the throw. But 2 on, 2 out for Adeline Kubaletti, who flied out to center field his first time up. Left center, if you want to get a little more specific. Nice catch made by Burke. Cardenas with the first pitch, breaking ball, and gets the call for strike 1. So no balls and a strike. Cardenas already at 39 pitches himself. The 1-strike pitch and a hard ground ball pulled foul. This inning he's gotten ahead of the hitters. He got the first 2 out pretty quickly, and then a couple of, again, softly hit singles. But base hits nonetheless. Kubaletti trying to cash them in. 2 strikes, 2 outs, 2 on. Runners are going, and a high fly ball down the right field line. That ball's going to be caught by Gattinella. It would have been fair. He caught it about Couple of feet inside the line, and that ends the inning. Two out singles, but no runs for Fort Lauderdale. Bottom of the second coming up, 1-0, Fort Lauderdale. Dominic Gattinella with a nice running catch over near the line, shaded his eyes from the very bright sunshine, and made the catch to end the inning. Parker Laffrey, Nate Naguris, and Seth Reeves are the scheduled hitters for TBC. Coming to bat, trailing 1-0. Gabriel Sostrom didn't allow a hit in the first inning. He did hit one man, and a strikeout pass ball put the first man on base, but then he got a ground ball to end the inning. Parker Laffrey gets ready to lead off. Again, tomorrow, Trinity Baptist is home for 2 against Millennia Atlantic University, a brand new team that has made an application to the USCAA, and of course, they're going through a process and waiting to hear back. Sostrom finishes his warm-up tosses, and Laffrey makes his way into the batter's box. Next games for the University of Fort Lauderdale. They will be at Ave Maria University, an NAIA Sun Conference opponent. That's the middle of next week, Wednesday, March 27th. Then they'll be at New College of Florida on March 29th and 30th. Laffrey in the box, and the second inning, bottom half, is underway with a swing and a miss. Laffrey is hitting .222. He has driven in 5 runs. Trying to start a rally here in the bottom of the second. Hit the ball pretty sharply down the line, and that's a fair ball. Laffrey will round first and put on the brakes right there. That ball took a big, funny hop on third baseman Chris Martin. That'll be a base hit for Parker Laffrey. Hit it pretty sharply. When the ball hit the ground, it just hopped well over Martin. And credit Martin, though, he did not give up on the play. He got the ball in quickly and kept Laffrey at first base. So Nate Naguris has a runner at first, nobody out. Naguris hitting .196. Fastball foul tipped. 0-1. Laffrey doesn't steal a whole lot. He does run well. He's at first. He's been successful in all 4 of his attempts. 1 strike pitch. And Naguris fouls this one off. Laffrey was heading back toward the bag. Sostrom has a nice move. He just lifts his legs straight up, doesn't give away which way he will throw the ball. As long as he doesn't cross the plane of the rubber, he can go to first base. 0-2. And a fastball misses up and away. Sostrom hides very well his intention. He had Laffrey again leaning back toward first. A ball and 2 strikes to Naguris. Seth Reeves on deck. And the 1-2 on the way. And another foul ball. Naguris making contact, staying alive. 1 ball, 2 strikes. Naguras a whole lot of room in the right center field gap. Another 1-2 offering on the way from Sostrom. And another foul ball. Naguras making Sostrom work. Trinity Baptist didn't score in the first inning, but they made the pitcher throw a bunch of pitches. Count remains 1-2. Long look in by the lefty. Check the runner at first. Lafferty's going. Here's a high fly ball towards right center, but it's going to stay up for Mangual. He'll make the catch, and Lafferty will trot back into first base. Naguras hit the ball pretty well, but there are some guys out there in the outfield who can run the ball down, and that's what happened. Seth Reeves at the plate. And the runner at first. Reeves is hitting .300. He has driven in 3 runs, including a walk-off game winner. Lafferty at first, 1 out. And he's on the move again. The pitch is a strike. The throw is on target. And they got Lafferty. The tag made by Eric Scott. He got Lafferty just before Lafferty came down on top of the bag. 2-6 on the putout, and there are 2 away. Very good throw from Joseph DeMasi. Very good tag by Scott. Looked like Lafferty had beaten it, but Scott was able to get the tag on the foot before the hand hit the bag. And this one misses outside. So a ball and a strike. Sostrom with a long look from the stretch. 2 outs now, and the pitch, swing and a miss. Count 1-2. Sostrom now with the bases empty, a chance to face the minimum. Here's the 1-2. And a chopper up the middle. Scott will cut it off right at the bag, flip the first in time. Couple of nifty defensive plays, and the Eagles send 3 men to the plate. And we now head to the top of the 3rd with Fort Lauderdale leading 1-0. Michael Cardenas will start inning number 3. 2 innings so far, 1 run. It is earned. He has allowed 2 hits, and he has walked 2. He will face 3, 4, and 5 in the Fort Lauderdale batting order. Ryan Reifenberg, Chris Martin, and J.D. Tibbs. He struggled in the first inning, had a much better second. 2 hits in the inning, but they weren't hit hard. They just perfectly placed. Threw the ball a lot better. Reifenberg brought in a run with a ground ball in the first inning, and he takes a breaking ball for a strike. reached on an error on that play, but gets credit for the RBI. So 0 for 1 officially. And a breaking ball misses low and inside. Ball and 2 strikes. Checked out a ball and 1 strike and a high pop-up. Behind the infield, Reeves calls off Gattinella and makes the catch. 1 out for third baseman Chris Martin, who drew a walk his first time up. One out, base is empty. Cardenas ready to make the pitch. Martin now ready to swing the bat. And the first pitch, breaking ball, is in the dirt. 1 ball, no strikes. And Cardenas delivers and misses outside. Count of 2 balls, no strikes. And Cardenas winds and delivers. A little slider that's popped up. Onks could not find it, but it was out of play. Marilyn, there I go again, tangling up the cord in my chair. I tend to do that quite a bit. 2 balls and a strike. 1 out, base is empty, top of the third. Cardenas delivers and misses outside. That's ball 3. Count of 3-1. Swing and a pop-up and out of play. That runs the count full. I know there are wireless things available, but can't always rely on that. Batteries die out. Connections don't work. I'm old school. I like the good old hardware better. Payoff pitch. And this one is fouled off. In fact, I'm so old school, I still use paper and pencil as my score sheet. 3 balls, 2 strikes. Another payoff pitch. This one just got a piece of it, and Martin stays alive. Martin appeared not too sure himself if he fouled it off, but he did, or he might have thought Onks had caught it. But he's back in the box with a count of 3-2. Cardenas delivers and throws one in the dirt for ball 4. Good at-bat by Martin. Fouled off a couple with 2 strikes and worked the walk. That is walk number 3 allowed by Cardenas, and it brings up J.D. Tibbs, 0 for 1, reached on an error his first time up. 1 run, 2 hits, no errors for Fort Lauderdale. No runs, 1 hit, 2 errors for TBC. 1 out with the runner at first. And Cardenas delivers, and this one's in the dirt and gets by Onks. And Martin takes second base, and that will be a wild pitch. So man in scoring position with just 1 out. I was looking up Martin. He's 8 for 8 in stolen bases, but doesn't have to worry about that now, at least not second base. Cardenas delivers, and this one is fouled off. Count even at 1-1. J.D. Tibbs at the plate. Tibbs came in hitting .365 with 27 runs batted in. Cardenas takes a look, but nothing going on. Count of 1-1, and now Cardenas will step off the rubber. Wants a new set of signs. And now we're ready. Reeves trying to keep the runner close at second. The 1-1 on the way, and a fastball got the outer half. And it's 1-2. So far, the hardest pitch that Cardenas has thrown today. Ball and 2 strikes. Another one in the dirt, gets by the catcher, and Martin will scamper on into third. 2 wild pitches in this at-bat, and that works the count even to 2-2. And Tibbs now just looking to put the ball in play and try to get this run home. Infield will play about halfway. Reeves now backs up at second. 2 balls, 2 strikes, and the pitch. Got him swinging, and a huge strikeout for Cardenas. That's his first of the game. And now he has a chance to get out of the inning without the run scoring. And Cardenas already in the stretch, waiting to make the next pitch. Jordan Palacios bounced into the 6-4-3 double play in the first. And the first pitch. Chopper towards short. Naguris will field, throw to first in time. A 1-out walk, gets to third base, but does not score. We go to the bottom of the third. Fort Lauderdale 1, Trinity Baptist 0. Of the third, 1-0 Fort Lauderdale, and TBC will have Burke, Ongst, and Gatinella 9-1-2 in the batting order. Gabriel Sostrom, 2 innings so far, no runs, 1 hit, no walks, 1 strikeout. He's also hit 1 man. And Jacob Burke will lead things off for TBC. He's hitting 185. He does have that 3-run triple. He has driven in 3 total. He's also walked 3 times. And he will lead things off facing Sostrom, who is looking for his 4th win of the season against no losses. And the first pitch of the 3rd inning is a fastball taken for strike 1. TBC in the dugout cheering on Burke, trying to get the potential tying run aboard. 1 strike delivery. And swing and a foul off over the first base dugout and out of play. Told you about the doubleheader tomorrow against Millennia Atlantic. Then Trinity Baptist is home on Tuesday, March 26th against Ave Maria, 11 a.m. start time. And a breaking ball is up and away. We plan to bring you that one, but we can't guarantee it. All in 2 strikes. And the pitch. Breaking ball just off the outside corner. Sostrom wondering where the pitch was. And now a count of 2-2 to Burke. 2 balls, 2 strikes, and the pitch. Chased one upstairs, but he made contact and fouled it off. Now it remains 2-2. Hello to Wilbert Javier Vargas, watching the live feed, a member of last year's South Region Championship team for Fort Lauderdale. Wind is picked back up. Here's a 2-2, and a fastball's up and away. Wind has also shifted a little bit. It was blowing in from right. Looks like it's now blowing more across from right to left. Not all that hard, though. 3 balls, 2 strikes, and Strosom delivers. There's a ball lifted high into shallow center field. An easy play for Mangual. Ball kind of knuckled on him a little bit, but not much. He took 1 step to his right, then back to his left, and made the play. So 1 out for the catcher, Ryan Ongst. He started the ball game with a ground ball to short. Ongst digging in. And the first pitch is a fastball at the knees. Rhino came in hitting .290 with 9 runs driven in. He's also walked 9 times. So he's on base at a .388 clip coming into today's play. Breaking ball, and another one he disagrees with is called strike 2. So remember, Ongst had that game-winning double against New College of Florida. That was the last home doubleheader that TBC has played. That one missed outside. And TBC played a couple of weekends at the Russ Matt Invitational. Won 3 out of 7. And the 1-2 is chopped foul. Sammy Coffrin didn't even make an attempt to make that play. Of course, he doesn't wear a glove anymore. He's now a coach. Maryland says Sammy just didn't feel like making the play. He doesn't have to now. He's made some terrific plays for the TBC Eagles. Ball and 2 strikes, 1 out. The pitch on the way is in the dirt, and that is ball 2. Took me a while at the beginning of the season to see another player wearing Sammy's number 4, Nate Naguris. Here's a 2-2. And a ground ball that's headed into right field and a base hit. Diving attempt by Kubaletti, who will come up with those quite a bit, but couldn't quite reach it that time, and Ongst has himself a single. We've seen Kubaletti make that play many times here on this field. Logan McGann will be the courtesy runner for the catcher. So 1 out with McGann at first and Dominic Gattinella at the plate. 0 for 1, a fly ball to right in the first inning. And McGann gets a pretty nice lead off first, not excessive. Southpaw on the mound. There's a chopper toward third. Martin charges, throws. It is in time, says the base umpire. Coach Coffrin pleading a case that the runner was safe, but he's not going to win that one. Gattinella hustled, did everything he could, but a good, strong throw by Martin is out number 2. McGann does advance to second. Very close play at first. And David Hickey, the next batter for TBC. Coach Jordan Broaden wants to talk about that last call at first base. That'll give us a chance to check the monitor. Looked like he beat it out, but the call was out. And there are 2 away with the runner at second. Hickey struck out his first time up, but reached base when the ball got away from the catcher. And he beat the throw. I understand there's a little video glitch. Hopefully that'll be worked out very soon. Hickey a chance of driving the run. There are 2 outs. Good swing, and he fouled it off. No balls and a strike. Sostrom with the runner at second. Not worried about him. He's trying to get the batter. And he gets the batter in the left arm. And Hickey is aboard. That's the second man that Sostrom has hit. 2 on, 2 out. And Colin Sepulveda at the plate. Now we have a conference at home plate. Coach Glessner, he is pleading a case that Hickey may have leaned into the pitch or at least did not try to get out of the way. And there are 2 on with 2 outs and Sepulveda at the plate. Sepulveda, chance to drive in the tying run. Logan McGann, pretty good speed at second. Hickey at first. And the pitch. Fouled off. That is strike 1. No balls and a strike. And the left-hander gets a good look at the runner who's not being held on and misses low and inside. Count even at a ball and a strike. Hello to Wendy Powell cheering on Fort Lauderdale. Thanks for letting us know you're watching. Here's a 1-1. And Sepulveda takes that one on the inner half. Down in the count 1-2. Sam Garcelle on her spring break, but checking out the video. A ball and 2 strikes. And a pitch. A little tapper. Sostrom has nowhere to go. He may have had a chance at first, but he didn't quite look there in time. And Sepulveda, with the hustle, gets himself an infield single. McGann stops at third, Hickey at second, and Sepulveda aboard at first. Third hit for Trinity Baptist. Bases are loaded, but there are 2 outs, and Jordan Fernandez is the next scheduled hitter. Coach Glessner out to the mound. Neither of those 2 hits were hit hard. A little tapper just a moment ago, and Ryan Ongst with the Seeing Eye single earlier in the inning, and then McGann took over for the catcher. We then had the close play at first, the hit batsman, and then Sepulveda with the infield single. Fort Lauderdale does have 2 outs, and Gabriel Sostrom just needs to concentrate on the batter. It is Jordan Fernandez who grounded to second to end the first inning, so nothing out of 1. Base hit would certainly tie the score and a good chance to put TBC out in front. It's 1-0 Fort Lauderdale. We're in the bottom of the third. And Sostrom delivers a check swing, and they're saying he went around. Fernandez didn't even move the wrists, but base umpire said he swung. No balls and a strike. And Sostrom delivers and misses up and in. One ball, 1 strike. Two outs, bases are loaded. Potential tying run at third. And a really good curveball in there for a strike. Little sharp breaking curveball. Might have been a slider even. And a ball and 2 strikes. Fernandez will have to dig in and just try to poke one into play. And this team doesn't make too many mistakes out there defensively, Fort Lauderdale. The 1-2, Strike three called, and Fernandez knew it, and that ends the inning. TBC looking to mount a 2-out rally, but they come away empty, and after three, it's 1-0 Fort Lauderdale. Top of the fourth, 1-0 Fort Lauderdale. The Eagles have had a couple of chances, but come away empty. And Fort Lauderdale will send 7, 8, and 9 to the plate. In the fourth, that's DeMasi, Mikowski, and Mangual. Cardenas, just one earned run in 3 innings pitched. He's allowed only 2 hits. He's walked 3 and struck out 1. Joseph DeMasi is 0 for 1, a ground ball to short, his first time up. And a first pitch breaking ball is in there for strike 1. 1 ball, no strikes. Hello to Joseph DeMasi watching us from New York. Another Joseph DeMasi in the batter's box. Now with an even count of 1-1. And the pitch from Cardenas misses high. Always appreciate everybody watching and letting us know. If you're not watching, then I'm just running my mouth for no reason. 2 balls and a strike, and a breaking ball in there for strike 2. Well, Eli, you're going to have to be a little more specific. It's Eagles against Eagles. There's a 2-2 and a high pop foul, and this one is out of play. Wind has completely stopped once again. Cardenas looking much better these last couple of innings. A 2-2 and a ground ball into center field, a base hit. And Cardenas did something he probably should not do, and attempted to catch that ball with his pitching hand. It didn't make contact, and it is a base hit for DeMasi. So runner at first, nobody out. Dylan Mikowski at the plate. 0 for 1, a ground ball to second, his first time up. And we have a courtesy runner for the catcher. Try to see who that is when we get an opportunity. But he's at first, nobody out, leaning back towards first. And first pitch fastball is upstairs. Of course, Fort Lauderdale does not have numbers on the front of the jersey, so we'll have to see if he turns around. There's a ground ball to short. Nagurus throws a second for 1. Relay to first in time. Another very close play at first base. This one goes TBC's way. And there are 2 outs with the bases empty. Second 6-4-3 that TBC has turned. And Gabriel Mangual at the plate. A long look by Cardenas. Now ready. And the pitch is a fastball for a strike. Cardenas misses with the breaking ball. The courtesy runner was Daniel Gomez. He ran for DeMasi. I pop up, and that one goes out of play. A ball and 2 strikes. Cardenas ready, and the 1-2 as a breaking ball misses outside. Count of 2-2. Cardenas working quickly. Got him swinging. No, he fouled it off. I did not see the ball come out of Unk's glove. That's because it never reached the glove. Right off the very end of the bat. There's a 2-2. And another foul ball. Mangual staying alive. He's 1 for 1. Got a looping single in the left his first time up. Two balls, 2 strikes. And a little housekeeping duty. And we are ready to resume. A windup and the 2-2 from Cardenas. And another one fouled off. Good battle between Cardenas and Mangual. Hello to Jennifer Norguris cheering on the TBC Eagles. Hey, Nate's made a couple of nice plays out there in the field. Hope you got a chance to see that. Here's a 2-2. Swing, and the ball is on the ground, so Ongst will throw to first in time. Well, a leadoff single erased by a double play, and then a strikeout 2-3 on the final putout. So Cardenas faces the minimum in the 4th. Bottom half coming up with Fort Lauderdale leading 1-0. Bottom of the 4th, Trinity Baptist will have Laffrey, Naguris, and Reeves due up. 6, 7, and 8 in the batting order. Facing Gabriel Sostrom, 3 innings, no runs, 3 hits. He hasn't walked anybody, but he's hit 2, and he has struck out 1. A lone run in the top of the 1st. Eric Scott led off with a walk, stole a bag, and came in on a ground ball. And that's the scoring summary. Trinity Baptist had a couple of opportunities. They had 2 men on in the 1st. They had the bases loaded in the 3rd. Came away empty both times. First of 2 here this beautiful Tuesday afternoon into the evening. We'll stop the feed at the end of game 1, start up a brand new one for the nightcap. And then again, TBC back on the home field. First pitch scheduled at 1 p.m. tomorrow against Millennia Atlantic University. Parker Laffrey ready to lead things off. Got an infield single his first time up. Then caught trying to steal second. And the pitch. Low and inside. One ball, no strikes. Sostrom works exclusively from the stretch. And this one is behind Laffrey, and that's ball 1. It's 1-0, and Cardenas is doing a terrific job against a very high-powered offense. Trinity Baptist has put some runs on the board in bunches in their last few ball games. Nothing yet so far today. And that one misses outside. There's Yanquiel Gonzalez joining us on the live feed. He's in Las Vegas. 2 balls, no strikes. And the pitch. And that one's in there. Count is now 3-1 to Laffrey. Sostrom with the pitch. Ball 4, and a leadoff man is aboard the potential tying run. That's the first walk allowed by Sostrom. He has hit 2 men, and Nate Naguris at the plate hit the ball pretty well his last time up, but was caught in center field by Gabriel Mangual. Laffrey aboard at first, nobody out. Of course, with Tibbs holding the runner on, a lot of room on the ground on the right side for Naguris. He tries to bunt. Hit that one pretty well. Looked more like he was trying to bunt for a hit. He fouled it off. Trinity Baptist, as well as their opponents, they will put down a sacrifice bunt. Naguris came in hitting 196, but normally makes pretty solid contact. Laffrey 4 for 4 in stolen base attempts coming in. He's been caught once already today. And a 1-strike pitch. This time Naguris squares around a little sooner and fouls it off, and that is strike 2. Nothing in 2 to Naguris. And with 2 strikes, of course, if he bunts another one foul, that is strike 3. So we'll see what he has in mind, he and Coach Broden. Laffrey represents the potential tying run. Naguris unable to advance the runner on the first 2 attempts. So he's in a hole. Sostrom not that worried about the runner. He's concentrating on the batter. Naguris does square around. He gets it down, and the throw to first is in time. But now the umpire is going to send Laffrey back to first, saying Naguris ran into the ball out of the batter's box, which would make it a dead ball. Naguris out. And that'll go as an interference on the hitter and a put out for the catcher. Batter's interference is the first out. Seth Reeves at the plate. And Reeves 0 for 1, a ground ball, his first time up. Reeves has been called back, and Gavin Williams has grabbed a bat. Williams pinch hitting for Reed. Williams, good power. He's homered a couple of times. And it looked like he was trying to do some damage with that swing, and he fouled it off. He's hitting .327, 9 runs driven in. He's also tripled once and doubled 4 times. Slugging .545. There's a right-hander warming up for Fort Lauderdale. Laffrey at first. 1 strike to Gavin Williams, batting for Reeves. And a pitch is low and outside. Counts even at 1-1. Laffrey leading off first. There's a drive down the right field line. Has a chance to drop. That is a fair ball. Laffrey had to make sure the ball wasn't caught. He's going to stop at third, and Gavin Williams has himself a double. That ball was about 2 feet inside the line. A great effort by Reifenberg. But TBC now has 2 men in scoring position with 1 out. Williams kept that ball fair. Got himself a double, his 5th double of the season. And now trying to drive in 1, possibly 2, is Jacob Burke. Not sure what the delay is all about. They're going to appeal to first base, and Williams is safe. That was the reason for the delay. And Coach Broden talking with the home plate umpire. And he is saying that Sostrom may have balked on that attempt. Take a look at the video. Did he step off the mound? He stepped off with his right foot, not his back foot. Coach Broden may have an argument. He did. He stepped forward off the mound. He did not break contact with the back foot as he should. Coach Broden trying to get that balk call, but it looks like he is not going to get the call. Of course, Broden, a 4-year pitcher for TBC. And he is not going to get the call. A break for Fort Lauderdale. Tying run stays at third. There is 1 out. Jacob Burke at the plate. Flew out to center his first time up. The Full Monty Sports Show channel watching us here on the live feed. And yes, we do have a pitcher's duel going with Trinity Baptist trying to break through and at least tie the score. First pitch to Burke. That one was called a strike. Burke had to skip out of the way of it. Trinity Baptist didn't get the call on the appeal attempt when Sostrom stepped off with the wrong foot. 1 strike to Burke. And the pitch. He squares to bunt. He gets it down. Laffrey is going to score. The throw to first is in time. That will be an RBI sacrifice squeeze bunt for Jacob Burke. Laffrey scores. Williams advances to third, and we're tied 1-1. Ryan Ongst in the batter's box. Chance to put Trinity ahead for the first time, and he pulls a first pitch foul. Massey came out, collided with Sostrom, but got the throw off just in time. Tied at 1. 2 outs with the runner at third. And a 1-strike pitch to Ongst is low and outside. Squeeze bunt by Jacob Burke ties the score. The leadoff walk advanced to third on the double by Williams, and now Williams trying to score the go-ahead run. There's a drive snared by Martin at third to throw to first in time. A great defensive play by the Fort Lauderdale third baseman ends the inning. Trinity Baptist ties the score on 1 hit, 1 walk, and 1 man left. After 4, we're tied 1-1. Well, the Eagles came back, the TBC Eagles, that is, to tie the score in the bottom of the fourth. So Michael Cardenas is on the mound with the score tied 1-1. He's done a terrific job. Just one earned run on 3 hits. 3 walks, though, 2 of those in the first inning where he struggled, and a strikeout. It's the top of the order for Fort Lauderdale. Eric Scott, Adelin Kubaletti, and Ryan Reifenberg. Scott has walked, stolen a base, and scored, and singled. It'd be a good idea for Cardenas to keep Scott off the base paths. With that steal in the first, he is now 34 for 34. First pitch, and a breaking ball misses upstairs. 1 ball, no strikes, and Cardenas winds and delivers a breaking ball, grounded toward third. Sepulveda, throw to first, not in time. And once he bobbles it with Scott running, there's pretty much no chance. That'll be an error on the third baseman. So a break for Fort Lauderdale. Potential go-ahead run at first. Nobody out. Adelin Kubaletti has 2 flyouts, 1 to center, 1 to right. Third error of the game for the Eagles. And a flip throw to first, and the runner's back. Pitch on the way and misses a little bit inside. Runner at first, nobody out. 1 ball, no strikes. Cardenas delivers and gets the fastball in the zone. Kubaletti trying to at least advance that runner into scoring position. Hello, Tiffany Makowski cheering on Fort Lauderdale. Throw to first. Scott read that one perfectly. And he was back on the bag before Cardenas got the throw off. Right-hander again in the Fort Lauderdale bullpen. Scott's on the move. Pitches a strike, and the throw is late. Stolen base number 2 on the day for Scott, number 35 on the season. Kubaletti now a chance to put his team back out in front. A ball and 2 strikes. Cardenas delivers. There's a line drive into center field, a base hit. Scott will round third. The throw to the plate will be cut off, and Fort Lauderdale cashes in the error and leads 2-1. RBI single for Adelin Kubaletti. So a play not made, a stolen base, and then a base hit puts Fort Lauderdale out in front. Ryan Reifenberg at the plate. He drove in the first run of the game. And we're going to have a pinch runner for Kubaletti. If I'm seeing that correctly, it looks like Gomez. And so Gomez, this time a pinch runner, officially in the game. First pitch to Reifenberg, pulled foul. Gomez pinch running in the top of the 5th. Kubaletti did his job. He drove in the run. Strike 2 called at the knees. Seth Reeves has re-entered back at second base for TBC. There's a line drive to short, a throw back to first. Good block by Hickey on a ball in the grass. And there's 1 away. Williams did his job as a pinch hitter for Reeves. Got the double that led to the then game-tying run. Fort Lauderdale has retaken the lead. Eric Scott has scored both runs. Chris Martin has walked twice. A runner at first, one out. Gomez a good lead off first, but he's leaning back towards first. And a strike called on the first pitch. No balls and a strike. Cardenas gets a good look at the runner and gets strike two called. Quickly ahead of the hitter, 0-2. Throw to first, and a close play, but Gomez is back. 2-1 Fort Lauderdale. They just took the lead in the fifth. Runners going. A pitch is high. The throw is on target, and it is in time. Ryan Ongst with a perfect throw to cut down the runner. 2-6 on the putout. 2 down and the base is empty. 1-2. And a line drive base hit into right for Martin. That magnifies the caught stealing at second base. Martin on board for the third time. Good solid single. That's only the fifth hit allowed by Cardenas. J.D. Tibbs at the plate. He's 0 for 2, down on strikes his last time. Martin leads. Cardenas works quickly and gets the strike. Hickey had to leave his feet to try to make that catch. Ball tipped off his glove. A valiant effort, but a base hit from Martin. Long look at the runner at first. Now the pitch. There's a drive down the right field line. That ball's going to find grass. It's a fair ball. Martin on his way to third. Reeves will take the cutoff throw, keep Martin at third, and Fort Lauderdale has runners at the corners with 2 out. Tibbs trying to copy Gavin Williams. Stops at first. Excellent job in right by Dominic Gattinella to get the ball in quickly. We're going to have a pinch runner at first base. It is Garrett Lineberger running for Tibbs. So Lineberger at first, and time was called. Palacios at the plate, 0 for 2. Couple of ground balls, 1 for a double play. First pitch, curveball, low and inside. Well, second base open. Let's see what Lineberger has in mind. Pitch is down low. He has not tried to steal a base. Fort Lauderdale doesn't get thrown out much. They have once this inning. And ball 3 from Cardenas. 3 pitches downstairs to Jordan Palacios. Joseph DeMasi on deck. The 3-0 and a strike called. And DeMasi does have a bat in his hands in the on-deck circle. 3 balls and a strike. Swing and a miss. Strike 2, but that will allow Lineberger a head start at first base. There are 2 outs. Martin at third. 1 run is in. Couple of base hits to right. There goes Lineberger. Ball 4 loads the bases. That one just below the knees. Walk number 4 issued by Cardenas. Lineberger now at second. Joseph DeMasi is coming to the plate. He singled into center his last time up. He's 1 for 2. Infield with 2 outs. Just needs to get a force anywhere on the infield. Time called. Coach Brodin wants to have a chat with the sophomore. In the infield, there are 2 outs. Fort Lauderdale had a man throwing. Looks like he is finished. It was a right-hander. I did not see who. So we'll see if Sostrom takes the mound in the bottom half of the fifth. Fort Lauderdale got a run in the first, one in the fifth, looking to tack on some insurance. Trinity Baptist got the then game tying run in the fourth. Coach Broding going to stick with Michael Cardenas. He has thrown 93 pitches. Sostrom has thrown 81 through 4. 2 outs, bases loaded. Cardenas delivers. First pitch is in there for the strike. Trinity will have 2, 3, and 4 due up, starting with Gattinella. And a good change of pace by Cardenas. Had DeMasi out in front, 0-2. Gattinella, Hickey, and Sepulveda, the scheduled hitters for TBC. First, Cardenas needs to get this final out. The 2-strike pitch misses low and outside. Good block by Angst. Whole lot of room in the right center field gap for DeMasi. Hickey playing back at first. 1-2. Ground ball towards short. Naguris will go the short route to Reeves, and that ends the inning. Fielder's choice with the out recorded at second. Fort Lauderdale does get an unearned run and leaves the bases loaded. Bottom of the fifth coming up. Fort Lauderdale 2, Trinity Baptist 1. Bottom of the fifth, Fort Lauderdale has regained the lead 2-1. Very good pitchers duel going on. Trinity Baptist, though, has committed 3 errors that helped lead to both those runs. 2, 3, and 4 due up for Trinity Baptist. Dominic Gattinella, David Hickey, and Colin Sepulveda. Adeline Kubaletti has re-entered back at second base, and J.D. Tibbs is back at first base for Fort Lauderdale. Gabriel Sostrom, 4 innings. 1 run, it is earned. He's allowed 4 hits. He has walked 1, hit 2, and struck out 1. Make that 2 strikeouts. Gattinella, nothing out of 2. Does have a bat in his hands. Again, barring any changes, Gattinella, Hickey, and Sepulveda. Gattinella has flied to right and grounded to third. Really nice play to end the last inning by Chris Martin at third base. Snared a hot shot off the bat of Ryan Angst. TBC had then the potential go-ahead runner at third. Now trying to catch up once again. Gattinella to lead off, bottom of the fifth. 2 7-inning ball games. And Sostrom's first pitch is right down the middle. First time we've been on the home field since the time change to daylight savings. Again, we'll stop the feed at the end of the first one and start up a new one for game number 2. No balls and a strike and a pitch. That is strike 2 on the outer half. Sostrom now up to 83 pitches. Cardenas a little closer to 100. We'll see if he comes out for the 6th. He's been brilliant. Pitch on the way. 2 strikes and a breaking ball hits the dirt. Count 1-2. One ball, 2 strikes. Sostrom from the stretch, and the pitch misses upstairs. Right-hander again throwing in the Fort Lauderdale bullpen. Another man is just now starting to loosen up. 2 balls, 2 strikes, and a pitch on the way. There's a line drive into center. That ball is on the ground. That's a base hit. Gattinella will stop right there. A diving effort by Mangual and Reifenberg backing him up. The ball did not get that far away. Gattinella did the right thing and stopped at first. Base hit for Gattinella, hit number 5 for Trinity Baptist, and that will be the last pitch thrown by Gabriel Sostrom, but he is in line for the win. A new man coming to the mound we'll tell you about in just a moment on the TBC Eagles Sports Network. The new pitcher is Cole Porter, right-hander taking over for Gabriel Sostrom, who was fantastic. Porter, a sophomore from Champaign, Illinois. This is his 8th appearance, all of them in relief. He has won 5. He has not lost any. Porter has totaled 14 2/3 innings. He's allowed 10 hits, 5 runs, all of them earned. He has walked 5. He has struck out 17. First man he will face will be David Hickey. Sostrom, 4+ innings. 1 run, it was earned. He is responsible for the man on first. 5 hits, 1 walk, 2 hit batsmen, and 2 strikeouts. Potential tying run at first base. Dominic Gattinella got the line drive into center. Again, did the right thing. The ball got past Mangual, but credit Reifenberg for backing up the play. Partly the reason Gattinella stayed at first. Major League regular season, can you believe it, starts tomorrow as the Dodgers and the Padres play out in Korea, 5:30 a.m. Eastern time. That'll be on ESPN. It's spring break, but I may still get up a little early to check out some of that ball game. Padres will be the home team tomorrow, and the Dodgers will be the home team on Thursday. And the rest of the majors gets underway for real next Thursday and Friday. Spring training, the Athletics over Texas 5-2 in the 6th. Brewers and Guardians tied at 5 in the 6th. Angels all over the Reds 8-1 after 5. Mariners 10-2 over the Rockies in the bottom of the 5th. In spring training games, regular season starts for real tomorrow, and for most everybody else, next Thursday. And some wait till next Friday. Hickey at the plate with the runner at first. Gattinella with the leadoff. First time that TBC has faced a righty today. Gattinella with the lead, not going. First pitch, fastball at the knees. Have to be 100% certain to take off. Gattinella is 2 for 3 in stolen base attempts this season. One strike to David Hickey. A lot of room down the right field line. And the pitch, swing and a miss. Pulled his head at the breaking ball. Porter 5 wins in relief. Of course, Fort Lauderdale 24-3 on the season. Porter likes the sign, checks the runner. Modest lead off first by Gattinella. And a fastball misses outside. A ball and 2 strikes to Hickey. Sepulveda, Fernandez, and Lafferty, the next scheduled hitters. Trinity has put the ball in play, just a few strikeouts. Fort Lauderdale's made some good defensive plays. Hickey swings and fouls this one off. In fact, only 2 strikeouts. A ball and 2 strikes. Gattinella leadoff single. He is at first. Hickey trying to get the man into scoring position. The 1-2 from Porter. Strike called on the outside corner. That is strike 3 and out number 1. Colin Sepulveda is 1 for 1. He was hit by a pitch and got an infield single. Fernandez, Lafferty, next scheduled hitters. In the 6th, 8-9-1 due up for Fort Lauderdale. Mikowski, Mangual, and Scott. Not sure if they'll face Michael Cardenas or a new man on the mound. Cardenas has thrown nearly 100 pitches. Porter delivers. Nice breaking ball taken for a strike. I take a look here, and Cardenas has thrown 97. 1 strike. Potential tying run at first. 1 out. Bottom of the 5th. High pop up over the first base dugout and out of play. Another right-hander warming up in the bullpen for Fort Lauderdale. Nothing in 2 to Sepulveda. He's been on base twice. Porter takes a long look, checks that runner at first. The 2-strike pitch. Breaking ball misses inside. 1 ball, 2 strikes. Colin Sepulveda digs in, trying to work down in the count. Gattinella with the lead, gets an extra half step this time. Not going. And ball 2 is low and outside. Counts even up at 2-2. Another long look in by Porter. Checks the runner at first. 2 balls, 2 strikes. Runner's going. High pop-up, right field. Gattinella has to hurry back to first. The catch is made right on top of the line, and Gattinella is back in time. Sepulveda got under it just a bit, and Reifenberg made a nice running catch. Got the ball back in quickly. And now they're going to send Sepulveda to first base. Catcher's interference is the call. Late call, but now Trinity Baptist has two men on. So Gattinella at second, Sepulveda at first. Time to put my eraser to work. Jordan Fernandez at the plate. That counts as an error on the catcher. Fernandez a chance to tie the game. Takes the first pitch outside. Well, I was watching the ball, so I did not see the call initially. I was following the ball. Home plate umpire made the call. No argument from Fort Lauderdale. 1 ball, no strikes. Tibbs trying to sneak in behind Sepulveda at first. And a strike called. Gattinella at second, Sepulveda at first. Sepulveda not charged with an at-bat. A ball and a strike now to Fernandez. A base hit could tie the score, but these outfield arms can throw. The 1-1. Fastball up and in. 2 balls and a strike. Wind has shifted, blowing more towards the right field corner now. That's the third direction that we've noticed. Counts 2-1. Porter from the stretch delivers and gets strike 2 called on the outer half. Fernandez started to flinch, held up, and took the ball on the outside corner. 2 balls, 2 strikes. 1 out. TBC trying to at least tie the score. They're trailing by 1. Here comes a 2-2. And a chopper foul. There's still a man throwing in the Fort Lauderdale bullpen. Porter has thrown a pretty good number of pitches to just 2 batters. Has a count of 2 balls and 2 strikes. Actually, he's thrown 15. There's a ground ball into center field, a base hit. Gattinella will come on in. The throw to the plate. It is not in time. Close play at the plate. The throw was just a little high. And Jordan Fernandez drives in Dominic Gattinella with the tying run. It's 2-2. That's an RBI single. It was a very close play, but the throw up a little bit. Damasi did everything he could, but Gattinella got in under the tag. And now Parker Laffrey at the plate. At the moment, the run unearned because of the catcher's interference, depending on what happens the rest of the inning. First pitch to Laffrey, a high fly ball, well hit towards left, but Mikowski is going to get underneath it. Sepulveda started to tag, but he put on the brakes. Laffrey got under it just a bit, and there are 2 away. Nate Naguris at the plate. He is 0 for 2. Tried to bunt last time up, but ran into the ball in fair territory. Base hit could put Trinity Baptist out in front for the first time. We're tied at 2. The teams have traded runs to this point. And time called. I believe it was the batter Naguris who asked for time. Oh, was the umpire. A ball came out onto the field. Sepulveda at second. Fernandez at first. He just drove in the game-tying run. And the pitch. That ball is in the dirt. 1 ball, no strikes. Okay. Interference. 1 ball, no strikes. And the pitch. High pop up near the fence. And that ball will drop out of play. So Naguras will pick up the bat once again. Sepulveda and Fernandez both hustling, not taking anything for granted. Counts even at a ball and a strike to Nate Naguras. Chance to put TBC in front. Sepulveda not being held, gets a very big lead off second. Porter checks the runner and delivers and misses. Blocked by DeMasi, keeping the runners at bay. Two balls and a strike. Porter takes a long look. Naguras is ready. Kubalete close to the bag, giving a lot of room on the ground to the right side. Here's a 2-1. And that one in the dirt. That's ball 3. Seth Reeves is a scheduled hitter next. He's already been pinch hit for and then re-entered. 3-1. Porter checks the runner, not being held, and the 3-1 on the way. Swing and a miss, strike 2. And now both runners will be off with the pitch. It is Sepulveda at second. It is Fernandez at first. 2 outs. Full count. They're going to take off. Porter not worried about the runners right now, just trying to get the batter. There go the runners. Ball 4 will load the bases. That one a little bit high. Good eye at the plate for Nate Naguras. First man that Porter has walked. Sepulveda at third. Fernandez at second. Naguras at first. And Seth Reeves at the plate. 1 for 2. Actually 1 for 1. He was pinch hit for last time, and Coach Glessner with a quick trot out to the mound. It was Gavin Williams who got that double in the 4th inning, batting for Reed. And Coach Broaden's going to take advantage of a chance to talk to the base runners, and I'll take advantage, catch my breath for just a moment. We'll be right back. Seth Reeves, left-handed hitter at the plate. A base hit would certainly score 1, quite possibly 2. With 2 outs, they don't have to see if the ball will be caught. Bases are loaded. Sostrom cannot win it. He did a fantastic job. Reeves digs in. Porter from the stretch. Check swing. And they're saying no swing. It was close, but the base umpire, he's out there behind the pitcher. That's a tough look. 1 ball, no strikes. A lot of room to the pull side for Reeves. Tried to pull it and fouled it off. Count even at 1-1. Again, we don't know if Cardenas will come out for the 6th inning. We can't see the Trinity dugout or the bullpen. We're on top of the third base dugout. A ball and a strike. Cardenas has been sitting for a long time. The 1-1. Ball 2 misses upstairs. Nowhere to put the batter. So Porter's going to have to come into the zone eventually. TBC Eagles cheering on Reeves from the dugout. Nobody holding the runners close. 2 balls and a strike and a pitch. Strike 2 called on the outside corner. Here's where Porter wants to get it done. He doesn't want to go 3-2 and give the runners a head start. 2 balls, 2 strikes. Porter takes his time. Now ready. Bases loaded. And the pitch. Ball 3. Sepulveda will have to be careful at third. Don't want to run into a swing. But the runners at first and second will get a good start. Reeves trying to put one into a hole and bring 1 or 2 home, maybe 3. Payoff pitch. There go the runners. Got him swinging. Great pitch by Cole Porter. The high fastball, and Reeves goes right through it. TBC, though, ties it up on the RBI single from Jordan Fernandez. The run is unearned, but it's on the board. And after 5, we're tied 2-2 as Michael Cardenas indeed comes out for the 6th. Trinity Baptist got the tying run in the 5th. The teams have traded runs. Fort Lauderdale in the 1st, Trinity in the 4th, then each team in the 5th. Cardenas with his first pitch of the 6th is a breaking ball for a strike to Dylan Mikowski. 0 for 2. Couple of ground balls. Mikowski, Mangual, and Scott. 8, 9, and 1. Cardenas with the pitch. There's a drive into left field, a base hit. And Fort Lauderdale, a very high-powered offense, gets a leadoff single in the 6th. Hit number 6 allowed by Cardenas. Make that 7. Gabriel Mangual has one of those hits in 2 attempts. He has also struck out. Runner at first, bunt shown, and a pitch taken low and inside. 1 ball, no strikes. Potential go-ahead run at first. A nice solid single by Dylan Mikowski, who was just added to the active roster this morning by Coach Glessner. Ball, no strikes, and a pitch. High pop-up. Hickey giving chase near the fence, but he runs out of room. Count is 1-1. One ball, 1 strike. Cardenas gets a good look at the runner at first. Again, bunt shown and strike two called. Mangual says that was outside. The umpire said it got the corner. It's 1-2. Let's see if he squares around again with two strikes. And that one is upstairs. That is ball two. Two balls, two strikes. Swing and a miss. Good fastball by Cardenas. He needed that one, and he got it. Eric Scott has been on base 3 times and has scored twice. A walk, a base hit, and an error. He has also stolen 2. Scott has a runner at first. There is one out. Very tough man to double up. This guy can pick him up and put him down. Breaking ball, call the strike. Mangual, the runner at first, he led off the inning with a base hit. He is 9 for 10 in stolen base attempts. High pop-up, that's out of play, and it's 0-2. In the bottom of the 6th, 9, 1, and 2 due up for TBC. Burke, Ongst, and Gattinella. Two strikes with the runner at first and one out, tied in the 6th. Cardenas throws to first, and the runner's back in time. Looked like he was trying to catch Mikowski leaning the wrong way, but Mikowski read it well and got back. Two strikes. Ground ball towards short. 2-1. Throw to first, not in time. Scott had to throw beaten anyway, and he's aboard with 2 outs. Now goes a fielder's choice, and 6-4 recorded at second base. I'd be very, very surprised if Scott does not try to run here. He is perfect in 35 attempts this season, including 2 already today. And first pitch fastball is outside. Cardenas just needs to worry about the batter. That's the man who can do the damage. Adeline Kubaletti drove in a run with a base hit his last time up. Curveball got away from Onks, but not far enough. 2 balls, no strikes. Cardenas checks that runner at first. Scott with a very good lead and a slow toss over to first. Just an I know you're over there kind of move. Cardenas does have a good one. He wants to try to pick you off, and he does right here. The throw to second, it is in time. The first caught stealing for Eric Scott this season, and it goes as a 1-3-6 pickoff. And the Eagles are out of the inning. Leadoff single, but no runs. And TBC comes to bat in the bottom of the 6th in a 2-2 tie. Going to make a correction of something we mentioned earlier. Sostrom, 2 runs allowed, just one of them earned, however, in his 4 innings. Cole Porter, 1 inning pitch. The run that scored was not charged to him, and now a new man on the mound. This is the man that we saw in the bullpen a few times a little while ago, Jacob LaRoque. No wins, 1 loss, a junior from Hollywood, Florida. He will make his 8th appearance, all in relief. He does have 3 saves in 14 1/3 innings. He's allowed 13 hits, 5 runs, all earned. LaRoque has walked 4 and struck out 9. The first man he will face, barring a change, will be Jacob Burke. That last play counts as a pickoff for Michael Cardenas, his 3rd of the season, I believe, if I'm remembering correctly, and the first caught stealing of the season for Eric Scott. So LaRoque will finish up his warm-up tosses. Comes from down the side. It'll be Burke, Ongst, and Gattinella, barring any changes, by Coach Jordan Broughton. Filling in for Coach John Copeland. I won't go into details, but Coach Copeland is showing a lot of improvement every day, and we will continue to keep Coach Copeland and his wife in our prayers. His wife and his 2 kids. Jacob Burke, a sacrifice squeeze bunt, brought in a run in the 4th inning. That tied the game at 1. Now tied at 2 as we're in the bottom of the 6th. Looking ahead to the 7th, it's going to be Kubaletti, Reifenberg, and Martin. Kubaletti at the plate when Scott was picked off. So Jacob Burke has also flied to center. So officially he's 0 for 1, but a very good RBI on a squeeze bunt. Sostrom, then Porter, now LaRoque, and LaRoque gets ready for his first pitch. Comes over the top with the fastball. So warming up, he will go over the top and come down from the side. No balls and a strike. Very important to get that first pitch in the zone. And a 1-strike pitch from LaRoque. Breaking ball misses upstairs. Went an inning and 2/3 against Voorhees on March 9th, his last outing. Only a hit, did not allow a run. 1-1. A long look in by the right-hander, a junior from Hollywood. Hollywood, Florida, that is. And the 1-1 over the top this time. And a sinker had Burke swinging over the top, and it's 1-2. And the wind just can't seem to make up its mind which direction it wants to blow. It's now back the way we started, blowing in from right. Another right-hander in the bullpen for Fort Lauderdale. A ball and 2 strikes. LaRoque goes down under this time and gets strike 3 swinging. So he changed speeds and arm angles and got the first man he faces on strikes. Broke the 3rd pitcher of the afternoon, now evening. And Ryan Ongst is the batter. Oh, Jacob Burke. Foul ball. Well, maybe next time I'll wear my glasses. So Burke at the plate. I thought for sure that was strike 3. That is ball 2. So again, put the eraser to work. 2 balls, 2 strikes. Hey, you have to admit when you make a mistake. LaRoque takes a long look in. Now delivers a 2-2. And misses low for ball 3. So after what I thought was strike 3, is now 3 balls, 2 strikes. Payoff pitch coming from LaRoque. First batter of the inning, bottom of the sixth, tied at 2. Drops down from the side, and this one hits the batter. Would have been ball 4 anyway. And again, at what I thought was strike 3 has turned into a leadoff base runner for TBC. Ryan Ongst now at the plate. And Coach Glessner will take a long walk to the mound. And that's going to be it for Jacob LaRoque. We'll have a new man come in, and we'll tell you about him in just a moment. We'll be right back on the TBC Eagles Sports Network. "6'4" senior from Tampa, Florida, Josh Crawford, now pitching for the University of Fort Lauderdale. Crawford will be making his 8th appearance. He has started 4 times. He has a win-loss record of 3-2, but a very good ERA of just 2.37. He has pitched 30 1/3 innings, 29 hits, 13 runs, but only 8 of them earned. Nine walks, 51 strikeouts in 30 1/3 innings. He has allowed a triple and 4 doubles. We may have a new catcher. I want to make sure before we say so. Coach Broaden did relay a change up here. Brandon Riera is behind the plate. It is a bottom of the 6th. Trinity Baptist has a runner at first, nobody out. Brandon Riera, redshirt junior from Brooksville, Florida, now behind the plate. Burke at first, hit by a pitch. Ryan Ongst at the plate, 1 for 3. Crawford's first pitch, fastball, a good hard heater for strike 1. Crawford again, 50 strikeouts in just 30 1/3 innings. Nothing in 1 to Ryan Ongst. Squares around, shows bunt, pops it up, and it drops foul. That is strike 2. Crawford, a big man out there on the mound, throws very hard. Burke back to first. Dominic Gattinella next, followed by David Hickey. Ongst with a lot of room on the pull side of the field. 2-strike pitch. Drops down the bunt. The throw will go to first, underhanded flip in time. With 2 strikes, Ryan Ongst got the sacrifice down, putting Burke into scoring position. Excellent piece of bunting by Ryan Ongst. Dominic Gattinella singled and scored in the 5th. He is 1 for 3. Chance to put his team out in front. And again, we'll have to see about Michael Cardenas. Again, we have no view whatsoever of the TBC bullpen. I'm sure that Drew Billings is getting ready if I had to guess. First pitch, fastball right by the hitter. Billings has served as TBC's closer. 1 strike to Gattinella. Good fastball, swung on and fouled straight back. Kubaletti will lead off in the 7th for Fort Lauderdale, followed by Reifenberg and Martin. We're in the 6th. This game has slowed down tremendously. 2-strike pitch, strike 3 called. Gattinella knew it, and that's out number 2. Crawford took a little something off it to make sure he located, and he located it greatly. David Hickey has struck out twice and been hit by a pitch. Base hit would likely put TBC ahead. Crawford trying to make sure that doesn't happen, and a fastball, check swing, but a strike called. Crawford's one of the hardest throwers we have seen on this mound this season. 0-1, and a pitch. That one's in the dirt, and a terrific block by Riera. Left his feet, got his body in front of the ball, and leaned forward exactly like he's supposed to. 1 ball, 1 strike. Hickey at the plate. And a pitch. And that one is low and outside, and Riera again with the block. Of course, Drew Hickey, a former TBC Eagle, now a member of the Fort Lauderdale Eagles. Two balls and a strike to David Hickey. As far as I know, no relation. It's a 2-1. And that one is a check swing and no swing for ball 3. Three balls and a strike. Pitch on the way from Crawford. Ball 4. Hickey held up to make sure, and he is aboard with 2 outs. First walk issued by Crawford, and Colin Sepulveda at the plate. Sepulveda flew out to right, but on that play was awarded first base due to catcher's interference. That helped lead to the tying run in the bottom of the 5th. Now a chance to drive one in, and he takes the first pitch low. One ball, no strikes. Sepulveda officially 1 for 1. The 1-0. There's a ground ball into left field. That's a base hit. A runner around third. The throw to the plate is cut off. Trinity Baptist leads 3-2. RBI single for Colin Sepulveda. Jacob Burke hit by a pitch. Start the inning, comes around, and that run will be charged to Jacob LaRoque, the only man that LaRoque faced. Hickey stops at second. Sepulveda at first. And now we're going to have a pinch runner for Hickey. Logan McGann will take over at second base. Logan McGann did some courtesy running, and now an official pinch runner. Bottom of the 6th. Jordan Fernandez at the plate. He drove in a run with a base hit in the 5th. That brought in Gattinella with the second and a game-tying run. 2 on, 2 out, and a fastball misses low. So if it's not Cardenas, I'm just guessing Drew Billings. 1 ball, no strikes. And a pitch. That one is in the dirt. That's ball 2. Cardenas, though, has thrown 109 pitches. We'll see if he has anything left in the tank. 2 balls, no strikes. There's a drive and a caught at short on a diving play by Eric Scott, saving a run and ending the inning. The defensive play of the game right there by Eric Scott. Again, Trinity would have scored a big insurance run, but Scott denies Fernandez and the TBC Eagles. After 6, though, TBC leads 3-2, and Cardenas will head to the mound to start the 7th. We'll be right back on the TBC Eagles Sports Network. Eric Scott just saved a big potential insurance run, keeps his team 1 run behind, and Adelin Kubaletti will lead things off, followed by Reifenberg and Chris Martin. Michael Cardenas will come out to at least start the 7th inning. 6 innings, 2 runs, 1 earned, 7 hits, 4 walks, and 3 strikeouts. Kubaletti 1 for 3 with an RBI single. Cardenas winds and delivers and gets the strike. Charles Callahan cheering on one of these 2 Eagles teams. 1 strike pitch from Cardenas. Ground ball to third. Sepulveda scoops, throws to first in time, 1 away. 1 out, but again, a very high-powered offense. Ryan Reifenberg at the plate. He's 0 for 3, but drove in a run in the first. Actually, he's being called back, and we have a pinch hitter. Now batting will be Gabriel Mustovic, batting for Reifenberg. One out, base is empty. First pitch, breaking ball in there for a strike. Mustovic at 276. He has homered twice and driven in 10. It's also doubled and tripled twice each. 1 strike, breaking ball misses. Mustovic started to flinch, but held up in time. Gabriel Mustovic trying to get on base, and strike 2 called. Cardenas may have caught a break on that one, and now the 1-2. Took something off it, looked like it slipped out of his hand, and it evens a count at 2 balls, 2 strikes. Not sure, but we believe Goki will begin on the mound in game 2 for TBC. No word on Fort Lauderdale. 2 balls, 2 strikes. High pop foul is out of play. Chris Martin is the next scheduled hitter. He does have a bat in the on-deck circle. Two balls, two strikes. Cardenas likes the sign and delivers. High fly ball, center field. Burke makes the catch. 2 down. Chris Martin at the plate. He has walked twice and singled. If he reaches, J.D. Tibbs would be the next scheduled hitter. Martin has played a very good third base. He has helped keep TBC from tacking on some runs. Ground ball to short. Naguris charges. The throw to first. Not in time. A dive by Martin. Beats the throw just barely, and that'll be an infield single. Good scoop, very good throw by Naguris, but credit Martin hustling. Usually running through the bag gets you there faster, but he got there with the dive. Hit number 8 by Cardenas. J.D. Tibbs has one of those hits in 3 attempts. Cardenas works quickly, a high fly ball, right field side, but out of play and into the bullpen. Well, Fort Lauderdale comes back and scores. You can give it Chris Martin a whole lot of credit for that hustle. A routine ground ball, but he busted down the line. 1 strike to Tibbs. And the pitch, low and inside. Should we go to the bottom of the 7th, Lafferty, Naguris, and Reeves, but Cardenas and the defense trying to make sure that doesn't happen. The 1-1. High pop foul, out of play. That's strike 2. Matter what, we're going to call Michael Cardenas right now today's player of the game for game 1. Ball in 2 strikes, 2 outs, a throw to first, and Hickey had to leave the bag. Cardenas, remember, picked off Eric Scott to end the 6th inning. Here's the 1-2. Ground ball to third. Sepulveda cannot hold it. And a throw to first is late. And that'll be an error on the third baseman, keeping the inning alive. And Sepulveda unable to make the play. Jordan Palacios is at the plate. He is 0 for 2, but he's drawn a walk. Coach Glessner calling for a runner. Going to be a runner at first. And hard to see who it is because there are no numbers on the front of the jersey. Try to get that information to you. But Palacios at the plate. Tying run at second. Martin, a hustle infield single. Go ahead, run at first, an error. Cardenas delivers. And ball 1 is low. Still trying to see who it is at first base. Ground ball off the glove of Cardenas into center field. Martin will score. The throw to second gets away, and we're tied at 3. And that 2-out error has come back to haunt Trinity Baptist. Jordan Palacios with a ground ball. It hit off the glove of Cardenas and goes into center field. The run is unearned. Two of the 3 runs allowed by Cardenas unearned, and that may be it for the left-hander. He now cannot win it, but he did a fantastic job. And it is Drew Billings who will come on in relief, and Cardenas gets a nice hand from his teammates. Fort Lauderdale Eagles, they're pumped up with a chance to take the lead. We'll be back in a minute. Right-hander Drew Billings takes over for Michael Cardenas. Appearance number 9 for Billings. He is 4-2 and has 2 saves and 12 1/3 innings pitched, all in relief. 15 hits, 7 runs, but only 3 of those earned. He has walked 2 and he has struck out 15. He comes into the game with the score tied at 3. He inherits runners at first and second. And the pinch runner is Moises Garcia. He's at second. First pitch, fastball to Brandon Riera. In there for a strike. Garcia at second. 1 strike from Billings. And he hits the batter, and that loads the bases. Michael Cardenas, 6 2/3. 3 runs, just 1 of those earned. He's responsible for the runner at third. Dylan Mikowski has been called back. Okay, we also have a courtesy runner we'll tell you about in just a moment. Batting is Drew Powell. And a courtesy runner is Javion Williams at first base. Billings' first pitch is a strike at the knees. Powell hitting .250. 1 homer, 12 RBIs. Fort Lauderdale sniffing a chance to regain the lead. High pop-up. Hickey at first, calls for it, and makes the catch. That ball almost got away from him, but he reached back and put it away. An unearned run ties the score, and Trinity Baptist comes to bat in the bottom of the 7th in a 3-3 tie. Parker Laffrey will try to start it off for Trinity Baptist. Tied at 3 in the 7th. There's a drive into right field. That's Mustavic, who stayed in the game, making the catch for the out. Mustavic pinch hit, flew out to center, and then makes the catch on Laffrey. Josh Crawford still on the mound. Of course, Brandon Riera had the courtesy runner. He's back behind the plate, and Drew Powell stays in the game and plays left field. First pitch strike to Nate Naguris. Trinity Baptist had the lead with 2 outs, then a bobbled ball at third opened the door, and Fort Lauderdale took advantage and tied it up. If we go to the 8th, it'll be 9-1-2 for Fort Lauderdale. Here's a 1-1. In the dirt, that's ball 2. Cardenas cannot win it. LaRoque cannot lose it, and a high pop foul is out of play. So right now, it's Billings against Crawford. Josh Crawford in his second inning of work. The 2-2. Strike 3 call, the late call, and Naguris is out number 2. First strikeout for Josh Crawford, second actually. Remember, that diving catch by Eric Scott at shortstop kept Trinity from tacking on an insurance run, and that looms huge right now. Seth Reeves at the plate. 2 outs, bases empty. And a pitch. And that fastball misses high. 1 ball, no strikes. Cardenas only 1 of the 3 runs earned. Ground ball to third. Martin, throw to first is wide. Did he get the tag down? No. That's going to be an error on Fort Lauderdale third baseman for the wide throw. That's a second error. The first one was the catcher's interference in the 5th. Jacob Burke was hit by a pitch and scored the tying run in the 6th. If he can reach, Ryan Onks would have a chance to walk it off. It would be at least 2 men aboard. It would be 2 men aboard, actually. First pitch to Burke is in there for a strike. Angwal, Scott, and Kubaletti are scheduled in the 8th, should we get there. 1 strike pitch. There's a line drive, loop into left field, a base hit. Burke keeps it alive and brings up Ryan Ongst. Base hit could win the ball game. Ryan Ongst at the plate. He is 1 for 3 plus a sacrifice bunt. There's a man running down to the bullpen, but Coach Glessner is standing outside the dugout. Now he's going to walk to the home plate umpire. And another man running in from the bullpen now. Looks like we're going to have a defensive change. Change of left fielders. Heading into left field, Michael Santiago takes over for Powell. First pitch to Ongst, and he takes a strike on the outer half. A base hit could end the ball game. Outfield is close in left and center. Back a little bit in right. The 1-strike pitch. And that one is up and away. Counts even at a ball and a strike. Strike 2 called. A fastball. Ball and 2 strikes. You can bet if that ball's in the outfield, that winning run is going to attempt to score. That's Reeves at second base. Swing and a miss. And we're going extra innings. Trinity Baptist gets 2 men aboard with 2 outs in the 7th, but does not score. Extra frames coming up in game 1, going to the 8th, tied at 3. Billings on to start the 8th. Barring any changes, Mangual, Scott, and Kubaletti. Remember, these Fort Lauderdale Eagles, they can run. They have stolen over 100 bases as a team in 27 games. This is their 28th. They are 24-3 on the season. Michael Cardenas and Gabriel Sostrom, the starters, both were terrific. Here's Gabriel Mangual, 1 for 3. Billings, a little change of pace, and that one's cued to the right side. In the bottom of the 8th, 2, 3, and 4 due up for TBC. Gattinella, Hickey, and Sepulveda. Single runs in the 1st, 5th, and 7th for Fort Lauderdale. Single runs in the 4th, 5th, and 6th for TBC. That one is outside. Evens a count at 1-1. Hello to Margaret Frischella. Thanks for letting us know you're watching. Cheering on Fort Lauderdale. We're tied at 3 in the 8th. And that one is in there for a strike. 1 ball, 2 strikes. And Billings from the stretch and a pitch. That one is low and outside, even to count at 2-2. Two balls, 2 strikes. And Billings gets the grounder to third. Oh, Glessner unable to hold on, but trying to barehand it. Made a good throw. Count remains 2-2. Two balls, 2 strikes. Billings from down under, misses outside. He will change arm angles. He will change speeds. Tries to give the hitters different looks. Payoff pitch. Strike 3 called. That one caught the outside corner, 1 away. And getting that all-important first out. Want to keep Eric Scott off the base paths. He has stolen 2 and scored 2. Scott also made that diving catch to keep Trinity Baptist from getting run number 4 in the 6th. And again, that looms huge as we're now in extra innings. First pitch from Billings. Ground ball to short. Through the legs of Naguris, and Scott is aboard. That'll be an error on the shortstop. And blazing speed on the base paths. Adeline Kubaletti steps up. The ball stayed right on the ground. We'll see if Scott takes off. The only time he's been caught this season was earlier in this game when Cardenas got a 1-3-6 pickoff on him. We have a change of catchers. Onk's coming out. Drew Gifford will take over. So Gifford behind the plate, top of the 8th. There is 1 out, and the potential go-ahead run at first base. 5th error of the game for TBC. Lauderdale has committed 2. Scott with a very good lead. Throw over to first and a runner back. Now Scott with a right-hander on the mound. Cardenas was able to look him back, but Scott did steal 2 bases. He's going. He got a great jump. Gifford's throw is on target, but a little bit late, and Scott has his 3rd steal of the game. It was a good throw by Gifford, but Scott just beat it. He got a fantastic jump. 1 out, Kubaletti at the plate. Pitch was a ball, so 1 ball, no strikes. We still have another ball game to follow. 1 ball, no strikes, and a pitch. Swing and a miss. Count even at 1-1. The wind is blowing in. Looks like it's picked up a little bit. Not all that hard, but a little harder than it has throughout the day. And this pitch misses. That's ball 2. The wind has changed directions throughout the afternoon as well. Balls and a strike. Billings from the stretch, checks the runner. He's on the move. The throw to third. Again, on target, but not in time. Sepulveda was able to keep the ball in front, but he comes up. Looks like he's in a little bit of pain. Temperatures have dropped since we started, just a couple of degrees. So now the go-ahead run is at third. We got about 59 degrees right now. 3 balls and a strike. Ball 4, not the worst thing. It would set up a possible double play. Down to 3-1, 1 out. And for the first time today, the defense playing in at all 4 positions. Kubaletti drops down the bunt. The run will score. The throw to first is not in time, and it's up the right field line. Kubaletti looks like he's going to have 3 bases. And Fort Lauderdale leads 4-3. That'll be a base hit. He had the throw beaten on the bunt, and the overthrow allows him to take third. No chance whatsoever to get Eric Scott, who scored 3 of the 4 runs. Mostavic at the plate. Came in the game in the 7th, flew out. Only at bat so far. And with the runner at third, 1 out, defense will pull in again. Now ready to resume. Mostavic in the box. 4-3 now. Fort Lauderdale leads. And that first pitch misses inside. And the sun will be starting to set very soon. It's already playing a little havoc with the defense. There's a chopper foul. One ball, one strike, 1 out, 1 run is in, 1 man at third base. And Billings from the stretch, a high fly ball, pulled foul and out of play. That one had the distance, cleared the fence, but foul. Kubaletti gets the RBI on that bunt and ends up at third after the overthrow. He had to throw beaten to first. TBC defense, 6 errors. 1 ball, 2 strikes. And a pitch. Ball 2. Count even at 2-2. Billings a long look. And here's a 2-2. Line drive. That's a fair ball. A run will score. And Mostavic has himself an RBI single. 5-3 rather. Fort Lauderdale leads. And Chris Martin, the scheduled hitter. Right now, that run is unearned, depending on what happens. Runner at first, 1 out. Martin at the plate, takes the first pitch low. Gatinella, Hickey, Sepulveda due up for TBC in the bottom of the 8th. Ball, no strikes, and a pitch. Line drive into center field. That's going to split the gap. Here is Mostavic around third. He will score. On his way to third is Martin with an RBI triple. Anyway, you can't give a team like this extra opportunities. They have taken advantage all day long and now lead by 3 in the 8th. Mostavic aboard. That triple makes that run by Kubaletti earned, because he would have scored from first on the play. And now timeout. Coach Broaden heads to the mound. We'll pause right here. We'll be right back on TBC Eagles. The new pitcher for Trinity is Andrew Moeller, and he is going to face pinch hitter John Pinciotti. First pitch hits the batter, and Pinciotti is aboard. Pinciotti came in 2 for 5. Now he's at first. Martin is at third. 3 runs are in. It is 6-3 in the 8th, and Jordan Palacios at the plate. He tied the game with a base hit in the 7th. Now a chance to tack on an extra run. There's a right-hander warming up in the bullpen for Fort Lauderdale. Moeller with the pitch, swing and a miss. One strike. Palacios also drew a walk, so he's 1 for 3. And swing and a foul back. His base hit tied it at 7. Again, that followed Eric Scott's diving catch. Ended the 6th. Trinity Baptist was about to add an extra run. Gifford relaying the first and third signals to the defense. Middle infielders playing back, looking to turn 2. No balls, 2 strikes. Runners going. They're going to throw to second. Here's a runner trying to score. To Gifford. To Sepulveda. Back to Gifford. And he is safe. Gifford missed the tag, and also on the play, a runner takes third. Pinciotti goes all the way to third. That's going to be a double steal. And it is now 7-3. Okay. Chris Martin scores on the play. Moeller delivers and misses upstairs. Ball and 2 strikes. And that one is low and inside. That's ball 2. Lights are on. That's more for game 2. Just get them on now. Still plenty of daylight. 2 balls, 2 strikes. Moeller delivers, and this one is fouled off. Two balls, 2 strikes. Moeller from the stretch. There's a looper into left. That ball is going to be caught. Here's a runner trying to score. He'll put on the brakes as Sepulveda makes the catch. Line drive to left is the second out. Brandon Riera at the plate. Hit by a pitch last time up. That was his only trip to the plate so far. Came into the game late. 2 outs. Moeller trying to end the inning right here. And the first pitch misses inside. One ball, no strikes. Moeller delivers and gets a strike on the inner half. Count even at 1-1, 2 outs. 4 runs are in. And Moeller from the stretch, breaking ball. This one is tapped foul. 1 ball, 2 strikes. Oler toes a rubber, looks in for the sign. And the pitch is fouled off again. Count remains 1-2. Ball and 2 strikes. Runner at third. Here's a 1-2, swing and a miss, and that ends the inning. But for Fort Lauderdale, 4 runs, 3 hits, and an error. We go to the bottom of the 8th. Eagles trail 7-3. Bottom of the 8th, the Eagles will have Dominic Gattinella, David Hickey, and Colin Sepulveda as the scheduled hitters. TBC 1 out away from the win. Bobbled ball opened the door. Fort Lauderdale tied it up in the 7th and then scored 4 times in the 8th. Josh Crawford still on the mound. He's in line for the win. It would be his 4th of the season. Gattinella takes the first pitch up and in. TBC got a couple men aboard in the 7th, but that was after 2 out and did not score. 1 ball, no strikes, and a fastball in there for strike 1. A 1-1 on the way, and strike 2 called. Ball and 2 strikes to Gattinella. Swing and a miss. Ball held on, and that is strike 3. David Hickey at the plate. Nothing out of 2, but he's also walked and been hit by a pitch. Six TBC errors. There's a ground ball, base hit into right, and Hickey is aboard. Second hit allowed by Josh Crawford, and it brings up Colin Sepulveda. He's been on base all 4 times, officially 2 for 2. Also drove in, run in the 6th. That put TBC ahead 3-2. Pulls the first pitch foul. No balls and a strike. Outfielders now have to look into that setting sun. lights really aren't taking any effect, probably won't until game 2. And the 1-strike pitch is fouled back, and it's 0-2. No balls, 2 strikes. Pitch on the way. It's in the dirt. Gets by the catcher, and Hickey will trot on down to second. That will be a wild pitch. Counts 1-2 on Colin Sepulveda. We're going to end the feed at the conclusion of game 1, start up a brand new one for the nightcap. The 1-2 to Sepulveda, swing and a miss. And Trinity Baptist down to its final out. Jordan Fernandez at the plate. 1 for 4 with an RBI single in the 5th. This one is pulled foul. I got old Mr. Scam Likely trying to call me right now. Doesn't he know I'm on the air? 0-1. And a pitch, swing and a miss. Crawford 1 strike away from getting his 4th win of the season. No balls, 2 strikes, and the pitch is low. Counts 1-2 to Fernandez. Strike 3 called, and that's the ball game. Final score in 8 innings. University of Fort Lauderdale 7, Trinity Baptist College 3. Josh Crawford, the winning pitcher, 3 innings in relief. He allowed just 2 hits. He walked 1, and he struck out the side in the 8th, giving him 5 total. Drew Billings takes the loss. He will now drop to 4-3. Crawford now 4-2 on the season. And no save. The Fort Lauderdale Eagles now 25-3 overall on the season. And Trinity Baptist will drop to 7-14. Fort Lauderdale also 2-1. Now make that 3-1 within the South region. And Trinity Baptist drops to 1-3. Well, that'll do it for game number 1. We'll be back on in about half an hour for the nightcap between the Battle of the Eagles, University of Fort Lauderdale at Trinity Baptist College. I'm Ray Bureau. We'll see you in about half.